That heifer right there just don't even care.
Save yourself now.
Action.
Yeah.
What do you say, folks? Hope everybody having a fine Sunday evening.
Hopefully so.
I will say, we finally got some. How can I say this about the weather? It's pretty, y'all.
We seen the sun for a change today. It was nice.
Cool morning,
Mm-hmm.
high 60s, low, well, mid 80s. It was about 87, 88 today.
That's upper age.
And
You know.
just all out. Pretty weather finally coming in. But like I was telling, I think it's DC in his video this morning, it'll be short lived because it won't be long before the heat and humidity push back in here until
He'll be back.
Yep, start our up and down cycles. But I tell you what, Jack, I'm soaking this up. That's for sure. We walked out this morning and said, why couldn't it have been like this a week ago whenever we was outside working in the heat? And
When we're 30, 35 feet in the air in a man lift where there ain't, I mean, there's shade like 30 feet away to tease you. But you're in a full blown sun. Yeah.
But anyway, it's here and we're loving it right now.
Yeah.
Enjoying these. We haven't got into no crisp morning, that's for sure. But who was that?
Joey said it was 64.
Yeah, yes, sir. These are the days we live for down here, that's for sure. Get out and sit on that front porch in the morning time, even before you go to work. Get up out there and sit on the porch swing for a while. Then
Yeah. Hey, Miss Leona.
Miss Leona in here.
They just come in.
Good to see y'all.
I'm typing it, but I was going to say it too.
We got moving on here. Filling on up fast, y'all. Glad everybody's able to join us this evening. That's some
58. Are you kidding me? Philip said it's going to be 58 in the morning.
Out there, what?
All right.
No, we ain't. I think our lowest low was going to be what we got this morning, and that was about 67, 68. And we're going to kind of start idling back on up to close to 70, then I think mid 80s, maybe.
Yeah.
Low 90s come the end of the week. But supposed to have a bunch of rain coming in. We sure use that too.
Yeah.
But thank goodness we got inside work this week, so let it rain. What?
Yeah.
Let's holler at everybody right fast. What did you over there?
I was trying to get caught up telling people that.
Let's see, Jack and Danae. Yeah. No, they got first. That had to have been Danae. First, boom. Pastor Larry, Miss Jan, Miss Leona, once again, good to see y'all. Mr. Michael Tangway.
It's good to have Miss Dad back in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
I was out. Was she here last week?
I don't think she was last week. I will say, let me say something about that. Let me say. I was watching them numbers last week. Look at me pointing my finger all around everybody. I'm going somewhere with this. So people probably going to get a laugh at it because apparently you're the show. But I went into the little introduction last week, seeing the numbers climb in here, getting on up. And whenever I said, well, y'all, something along the lines of, Hannah ain't feeling well, she ain't going to join us this evening. Boom, about 5 of them gone. I ain't lying. I was like,
You may
Well, I
be
see
so,
how it is. But
delusional.
let me get back to
What are
Hollywood,
they
folks.
saying nowadays? You delusional.
I ain't heard that yet. It must be new school talk.
I seen it on YouTube.
You do what?
Delulu.
Delulu.
Delusional.
Oh,
Delulu. I thought it was funny.
no, you losing. Well,
Not me. Well, I don't know. There's a very real chance I've been losing it here lately.
where's that stuff?
I was trying to reread what I typed. Where'd you stop at? You can tell Miss Leona hey again.
All right. Good evening, Miss Leona. It's always
She's the
lovely to have.
most specialist.
That's it.
It's good to see Sarah Burke in here.
We stopped it. There we
You
go.
missed
Russell Lehman.
Joey
Sunburn.
and Ed. You miss everybody. And Keith. And Mr. Mike. And it wasn't my fault either, Mr. Mike. I was in my place on time. Somebody else was walking around the house forgetting what they was doing.
I done forgot something.
Completely forgot what he was walking back and forth for.
She was telling me, Mr. Mike's already telling you, you're late.
Mm-hmm.
But, let's see who else. Yeah. It's Keith Spillman here.
Mm-hmm. And Tom, isn't this your last week before surgery? He's having his knee replacement. Yeah.
Mr. Randy there, Tar Hill. He hollered at Sarah Burke Meadows Farm.
Yeah.
Who else here?
I hadn't seen my other friend Sarah yet. Grayson came in.
Well, good to see you, Grayson. Vincent, if you're watching too, bud, good to see y'all.
One of your Mexican friends.
Yep. Old Philip RTX.
I miss Kimberly. Forgot to say hey to her. I
Darren,
missed everybody last week, so I'm hitting y'all twice.
good to see y'all. Let's see
I
who
hadn't
else.
seen the other Russell yet either. Hey, Maritza came in. Good to see you.
Roy, it's good to see you back. Appreciate your support there, bro. Let's see, Miss Kim, you holler at her.
Yeah, it's alright.
Spanky, good to see you. I like that little bit of information he gave us on the yellow jacket
that was
deal.
really cool. I've never heard that before, Spanky.
But it makes sense. I guess them coons going in there and gnawing on them little larvae. But we'll get into some of that here in just shortly about them little mean jokers. And I got to make a note. I had no idea. All right, we're going to back up a little bit. We done went
I don't
through
know.
what?
I guess James still hasn't got an email to go through.
I was going to ask you about that too.
He
I
just
got you
I'm
on
gonna take a screenshot of your email address. Try it that way.
because I went back. James, no, I
He
went
said,
back.
by golly, where do I send my entry?
Here we go.
He getting mad.
Well, I
He's
found
gonna win, yo.
I found last year's email, and
Mhm.
everything was still, there from last year. So I'm not sure, James.
Joey said you was walking around looking to see if y'all had any more pudding. No, it's gone. The whole bowl. I went in there to get me some for the first time a little while ago, and there's like 3 bites left in the bottom of that big bowl.
And y'all got the video today. It was made yesterday evening,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, late yesterday evening.
it's it's gone. I was telling her a while ago. I ate too doggone much of it a while ago because I like it cold out the refrigerator. And that's whenever I tore into it earlier, pretty hard. And I don't know, about 45 minutes or so later, I started feeling indigestion coming on. I told her, I said, I ate way too much of that, but boy, it's good.
I just couldn't believe it was gone. I couldn't believe it was gone.
But we did. We took a little bit to Daddy over there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I took them pretty good size bowl.
but he even told me this morning, He said, "You better get in it before it's all gone." So yes, sir. Don't you worry. I got my little. I don't like talking portions. I'll eat till I get full. I don't want a little of this, a little of that. I want heapings or whatever, whether it's
Yeah.
dessert or food.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a heaping, and it messed me up.
So he's telling James he's collecting entries for us this year.
Philippines.
Yeah.
Making sure they get out here.
So, eat some of the bees peppermint. It'll fix you up on that indigestion.
Pull it right on out.
Yeah.
Hey, I might have to do that because I got the peppermint. Then I always keep me some chocolate milk in that refrigerator. And I was thinking, in my brain, it sounded real good. You know, just wash that banana pudding down with a swallow or two of chocolate milk. That just made it worse. I shouldn't have done that, miss. But
because you drank half a jug, I swallowed two. Yeah, Ed, we got our card one day this past week to re-register our hives.
yeah, what was that? Tuesday or Wednesday? We got ours in.
I think it was Tuesday. It come in the mail.
Oh, Miss Kimberly, it is fine eating.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I would send you to the ER. Oh no, we don't want to do that, Mr. Roy. Not at all.
But yeah.
You got a lot to talk about tonight, button.
Yeah, well, yeah. I kind of do, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my notes. Get them.
All of them.
Where I want to go first. We had a pretty interesting week.
That we did.
Let's see. Monday evening, we got home.
That's where we're at, DC. That's exactly where we're at. That's all we need to say.
If we still
said no.
Yes, no M's.
My brain can't take it. Like literally, y'all. I love y'all, but my brain can't take it.
We're M'd out, people. We're M'd out.
Big time.
No,
we're gonna talk about something totally different tonight.
Yeah, this is what I got for subject for tonight. Is well, we'll get into it, but
yeah.
Our interesting week. Monday evening, night. I went outside, let them chickens, put the chickens up for the evening. I walked in the door, literally sat down in my chair and got me some tea and sat it down on my little table over there. And all of a sudden, Bud, Hannah come flying through the door talking about, did you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, I didn't hear anything. She said, somebody just wrecked in front of the house and it's bad, real bad. So go change clothes real quick. Out the door we go. And long story short on that,
it was a long night out there.
It was. The gentleman had lost control right in front of the house, trying to keep from hitting somebody, and he rolled his pickup truck onto a telephone pole and the cab of it.
So like the roof of the truck hit and wrapped around the pole, kind of thing. Like he was on his side when he hit it.
About 12 feet up.
Yeah. Well, when he crashed, but then come down. But yeah, I'm telling, when I rounded that truck and I saw that man's head, he was like halfway ejected, but his head had went through the back windshield and he was pinned in there. Yeah, I thought he was gone. When I rounded that truck and I saw that man's head, I thought he was gone. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But then he started talking to me. And I was like, hold on a second. You shouldn't be talking to me right now.
Kind of give y'all a visual, especially for you truck folks. He was in a Dodge pickup truck, single cab, and his head was out of the back window with the cab of the truck literally about an inch and a half to 2 inches off his throat, and the back of his neck was resting on the bed of the bed of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
So his body was pinned in the truck, his head was outside the truck, and finally everybody got there without going into all the everything, and we took it. I'm talking about me and my woman boy. I'm proud. Again, it felt so good to be out there working like that again for that couple hours. But the way me and her used to work together in fire and EMS, all that training and everything just flooded back to us in a few seconds of, she said, I got this. So I went after trying to do other things. And me and her, it's just that flow that we used to have in the fire department working together.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good feeling doing that again. Don't get me wrong. I hate the gentleman had an accident, but
y'all, if his head hadn't been stuck, he'd have walked away. I mean, literally, he would have gotten out and walked away from that wreck. I couldn't believe it at all. I just couldn't believe it.
No, as we're cutting him out with the jaws alive.
Philip said, "This is way more pleasant than beeping." Yeah. It was fun for a minute. Like he said, I hate the man was in that spot, but it just, I'll come to
it worked. We did good. I will say, we just being able to work like that again. If you've been a first responder and you know, and especially if you have a good partner to work in on that, where you work together and you know how each other's going to go, it makes for a much smoother situation in that circumstance. But
you know what was not pathetic, I was going to say crazy, but the grace of God, I had more cuts on me from that glass than the man that was in the wreck.
mm-hmm.
Literally. Y'all, that's what blew my mind.
I mean, she was digging glass out of her arms a day or two after all that.
Because like, I had climbed up in the bed of the truck and was working like through the back window, and that thing had shattered all in the bed of that truck. But later, I told him, I was like, Mister, I don't know who you are, but I hope you know you had an angel riding in here with you. There ain't no other way you could have come out of this in this kind of shape.
Yeah, literally, just not even so much a scratch for the most part, considering the mechanism of impact and all that with everything. But that started the week.
Yeah, that was what, Monday night?
Yeah, Monday night.
First night of the week.
And
yeah.
We went on, finished up our little work. Y'all, like she was saying a while ago, the heat and work and that boom. I didn't even think about doing any filming of getting her up in that lift.
I took a couple pictures before my nerves just fizzed out.
And so we done that, busted our tails, got that thing finished up, and I'm talking about, boy, we got that job finished 30 minutes before that lift had to be back.
Literally.
So
30 minutes before it had to be back. But I was so glad. I told him, I'm going to wring your dear little neck if you talk to me about a bucket truck of any kind. in the next 6 months. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't care what the money's like. I don't care how many bees is up in that tree. I ain't getting in no more buckets.
See,
I'm over it.
Well, leading up to all that,
Mm-hmm.
we got to talk about Jasper and Stella. And many of y'all seen the deal, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not, or we did not get Mr. Jeff Horchall's video until Saturday morning. And I think we put that little post out about Jasper and Stella getting stoned Friday night. Then whenever,
I don't remember.
yeah, or Thursday or Friday evening. And
He better not be DC.
what was that?
He'll be living in that secondhand bucket truck.
Oh no, I ain't got to buy one. We know we're one that right down the road there.
Yeah, and we know who's not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
A really good friend.
Oh, that's a really good point, Mike. How about the dishwasher?
Moving on, we need to talk
real
about
quick, huh?
the effects of Yellow Jacket. But
No, DC, we were just working out of a bucket truck this time. She was lost. Wait, what happened? I missed. Nothing bad happened.
no,
but
all that went smooth.
Yeah.
That was
No. He can have his bucket truck, but I don't need her bucket truck.
I'd love that. Boy, I'd love to have one more. There's a lot to be done.
Yeah, DC. We let the dogs out for the last time the other night, right at dark, and they come tearing up the hill. Stella done stuck her whole stinking head down in a yellow jacket nest down the hill. Oh, I can run the controls, but that don't make me trust that bucket held together with carter pins and bolts any more than I do.
No, she ain't real comfortable up there. She'll get once we start stretching that boom out and that thing goes. If you ever been in one, you know how it get that little rock to it. The higher you get, so well, the more elevation we gain, the more she didn't want to. She was not a happy camper. I'll just put it like that.
I don't like it. I'll knuckle down and do it when I have to, but I don't like it. I don't like nothing about it.
But by the time we got done with all that, I was too hot and burnt out. She was too hot and burnt out. And y'all, doing a video was the last thing I was fixing to try to pull up in that bucket truck with her fired up and me fired up. And I would, no.
Yeah.
So I didn't even entertain that too terribly much.
He was just putting you on a pedestal, Hannah. What?
I knew it was him. I couldn't
I'll
even
pass on that. I don't need that kind of pedestal.
I was sitting there 50 feet up on that pedestal.
What is your problem? Move on. Spanky. Yeah, a lot of our friends and family do. Yet DC don't encourage this behavior. But I mean Tim does. He eats it more than I do. I mean we both like it, but my stomach can't handle it.
Oh yeah, I'll get on like so. If I do me a steak or something, especially pepper jelly, I love pepper jelly on a steak. Or you know, Carl at Carl and his two big brats.
Yeah, they sent him some hot honey he really liked.
Yeah, that was good that they sent last year. And he was talking about using that like on cooking chicken or something along those lines. And I give that a thumbs up, that's for sure, especially cooking with it.
James said don't tell. Look, Bob, is tomorrow your first day? Said he was headed to bed, gotta be at work at 2:30 in the morning. That's an early day.
Well, holler at me, I'll be up at 3.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be 4 their time, like, yeah, before their time. So,
First official day. Well, I hope it goes good.
yes, sir, absolutely.
DC said he's a goofball romantic named Tim.
I've been known to be quite a romantic.
I was thinking more along the lines of goofball.
Yeah.
Was an accurate description.
Well, that's what you call my romance.
Southern romance, y'all. That's what it is.
You remember back in the day, a long, long time ago, I'd build them little rafts and put your candle on there and light that thing and send it down that river at nighttime.
Years and
Years ago.
Yeah, but then one day we thought about it. You know, you're firefighters. What's piled up along riverbanks down here in the south? It's a whole bunch of dry shrubs.
Yeah.
What if that candle wet stuff in there?
I'm sending candles down the river. It was pretty though. Don't get me wrong. At nighttime, you watch them candles float down the river. But yeah, about the third or fourth time of doing that, I had that moment of, there's a chance I could set these woods on fire on downstreamers.
Now you talking, Danae. DC said you dang. Danae said you should have had flowers and an iced mocha for when she come down. That would have been romance.
Come down.
Out of that bucket.
Oh.
Here, honey. Thank you so much for helping me.
No,
Facing your fear.
It was get in the truck, let's go home.
Yeah, literally. From both of us.
But you did get your coffee when we got home.
Yeah. That's the only reason I have hair left in my head.
But
yes, thank you. I think you're right. I'm pretty sure Tom on there doesn't do the hot stuff. That's why he made Melissa try the hot honey on their live or video or whatever. I think it was on one of Ricky's lives they did.
Oh, it's good. I'm not an all the time spicy person, but I do like if I get some chicken or something like that. Absolutely love to have a good sopping sauce.
She left you another comment.
Exactly.
Said, well, the dandelion and a bottle of water. Geez, buttons.
At least
some kind of effort.
Yeah.
Good grief. What's a girl got to do, Danae?
See, I'm giant slingshot now. I like that, dude. See, giant slingshot. Yeah. Give me some bullfrog.
Slingshots is how I plan to get bees out the tree. Oh, me.
DC's using ball bearings, busted limbs in there.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? How far we get? Man, 30 minutes already. It's flying by, y'all. But we ain't got to work tomorrow, so if it gets, we can go.
I got more Death Wish on standby.
Mm-hmm.
We can go.
So, yesterday, going back to Mr. Jeff Horchall's, honest to goodness truth, had no idea about Jeff putting the video out on the Yellow Jackets, and I'm going, people probably going to think I'm just mimicking what the man's got going on here. And it just worked out just right. But when we went, I fussed for 2 days. I thought we was going to be off work. Well, the first day,
My brother calls.
it was her side of the family.
Hey, I done tore my roof, half of my porch roof off, and I don't know how to put it back together.
Nope. So all the rain was coming in this week. All that coastal stuff from Louisiana and everything. We didn't even get none of that. It just stayed along the coast down there.
Mm.
Well, then the next morning, my family started in. Oh, I need you to get me off the side of the road. I got a flat tire. Yeah, this and that. Well, that day went to pot.
All day.
I told her, I said, tomorrow morning, do not answer the phone. We're not going anywhere. Nothing. We're taking a day off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got excited. Well,
he woke up spunky.
I did.
He slept till 8:30 that morning.
I did. But that was the following morning of getting on them yellow jackets, or them dogs getting on them yellow jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the great vision in my head of seeing yellow jackets and tannerite. Just, how can I make this a movie scene? It's like blowing on one of them dandelions with them yellow jackets and tannerite.
Mm.
So she's up and going. And I get to carrying on about that tannerite, and she's like, "Are we saying like go get ready now? Are we leaving?" Because
Yeah, I
you want to
looked
do
at him like, yeah, I was planning on drinking this whole pot of coffee in my comfortable clothes, not hitting the road as soon as she crawled out of bed.
I would have said I'm on a mission.
So we hit the road.
We're going to find tannerite. Well, we found it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say this until we go to yakking about the youth, but yeah, we got that batch there.
Frankie said, would you try a super hot pepper or is that too hot?
A super hot pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've tried.
There you have it, Spanky. He's game.
Mm-hmm. If it's too hot, I know a full-blooded Cajun that'd probably love to have some hot stuff if it's something I can't handle. But went and done the Tannerite thing on the way back from the big box sporting goods place. We passed by. Mobile has it's a really big flea market that they have every Saturday and Sunday, and they got there whatever you need, whatever you want, plants, cigarette lighter for your '78 Chevy pickup truck, belts, full line, anything in between at the flea market.
Mm-hmm.
But we go for plants because we get real good deals on plants there. So had this cocky little. He was kind of big boy to be such a young boy. How old? 19, 20 maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that's young to us now.
the flea market just started charging us people after 45 years of being open to pull in the parking lots. So you got to pay now. I'm not a fan of that. I've been coming here 35 years. Should be grandfathered in or something. You know what I'm saying? Well,
You don't know how many times I've heard this speech?
they ain't heard it yet.
Mm.
So I go through my whole fuss before we even get to the window. Well, a little smarty pants sitting up in the booth talking about, I thought it was $1 per vehicle, but it's $1 per person. I did not catch that part. So I told him, I was like, I got $1 for the one vehicle. I'm not driving two. And he said, well, it's for the both of you.
Yeah, Tim missed the sign where it says per person, not per vehicle.
So whenever he went to the per person with that little smart mouth attitude, I said, well, if we're going biblically, son, technically we're one, so I don't owe you but $1. Well, he looks at me and he goes, well, we're not going biblically.
Hang on for the ride, Larimore.
So that fired me up even more. I handed him the $2, went and parked the stupid truck.
Spanky said you got a year of parking back pay to pay. I see why you're mad.
Fired me up. Well,
You just got mad because you had to pay.
I paid $1 the last time. You was witness to that.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I told you. You just got lucky, and the one at the booth the last time only charged us $1. You should have just left it alone.
Well, if he hadn't got smart mouth, that's what got me worked up. So we exchanged words there for a moment, and we go park. Well, as we're walking through the flea market, well, lo and behold, what the flea market has an invitation for. Fellowship and church at the flea market. So I told her, I said, oh, well, he couldn't go by biblical standards at the booth. but you got your biblical standards here in the flea market. I mean, what do we got going on here? So,
What do we have, people?
a dilemma is what we had. We loaded up and left, didn't buy a doggone thing and headed home. That's my story on that. Now,
Yeah.
what do you? Am I driving them out of here? Oh,
No, I was going to tell Russell Coatman that sounds like a good idea. He was telling Tom you have to start doing some YouTube lives while you're recovering,
there
so
you
you
go.
don't
Yeah.
get bored.
Yeah, if we can't get in the link, or we'll at least try to jump in the chat and holler at you.
Yeah.
Especially get your watch hours up. That's a good way. Anybody's trying to get them watch hours up, just go live. You'll get them up pretty quick.
Spanky said we'll at least try the hot honey people saying on camera. So if it's too hot, you get something out of it.
I'll surely do it, bud. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Now, moving on to that, to the unofficial official honey tasting of 2024.
There you go. Let's talk about something happy.
Let me read off
All of
what
them.
we got here. All right, so far, DC sent his in way long earlier in the spring, so we're using DC's for that. All right. Sarah from Sarah's Happy Hives, Keith Spillman from Half Tracks and Honeybees, Mr. Russell Amon, Mr. Joe Rawls, Mr. Mike Henson with New Mercies, Mr. Mike Berry,
The famous one.
world famous Mr. Mike Berry,
Yeah.
Russell Koopman, Rusty Burton with Making Dreams, and we didn't forget about y'all, Jack and Danae.
Jasper sure ain't forgot about y'all.
Let me show y'all once again what these folks from out there in the pretty country says. Oh,
I think I put my coffee cup up.
did you? Once again, dogs got their treats. They sent some cat treats for the fur babies back there. Y'all's little candles are awesome, y'all. See you little skeet.
Yeah, man, those candles are too pretty to burn.
Wish it didn't have that glare on there. Then your little other deal there, got a rose that they made too. Right there. Mm-hmm. And they sent us one of these medical boxes there. Told us to turn it into a little nuke. So they sent us an entrance there to put on this bad boy. Lord willing, come spring, we'll turn this one into a little nuke. And got my modern weaponry. Swiss Army knife there. Here, you have to hold this one because I got to do my sign. Yeah. Tatanka.
What's the name?
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, Dances with Wolves. I know some of y'all seen that.
But
it's a buffalo.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Well, let me hold its tail in there. Buffalo. Somebody a nap. Thought to myself, now, that's pretty awesome. That's going to go in our metal detecting / native little artifacts we find from time to time whenever we're out metal detecting. So that's going to go right there with the piece Mr. Tommy give to us.
Yeah. You smelling treats, don't you?
There's Jack and Danae's honey. Let me get y'all's phone number covered up here. Show y'all a sticker.
Man, that honey was just as good as everybody else's. I'm glad I don't have to be the judge because I don't know if I could pick, honestly.
Pretty stuff too. Good. Best of luck to y'all on that. And I gotta say this. thank y'all, first of all, for just sending these little knickknacks and things like that. And y'all, we got to say this: we're not asking anybody to send us anything during. If you want to participate in the honey tasting, and just send a little deal, your honey, that's perfectly fine. We're not at all
Absolutely.
saying, well, send us a little bit else while you're doing that.
No.
But Jack and Danae, like many others did last year, sent little trinkets, or we know with Blaine and Philip, they were brides. But some of the best that we enjoy out of this is the handwritten letters that folks
We love
send
getting
with
letters,
these.
y'all. It makes our day.
To us, it means more, I reckon, because somebody sat down and took the time and actually went pen to paper and put a little message or something along those lines in there. We appreciate y'all very, very much on that end.
Yeah, we do.
Thank y'all, Jack and Danae, very much at J&D's Bees.
That's probably your best bet, Phil. He said if Hannah's the judge, I'm infusing coffee in mine.
Oh yeah, y'all win then, that's for sure.
Speaking of, I gotta go make some. I'm almost out.
And we got Jack and Danae that came in, and also, let me get this man's info covered up too. Mr. Rusty Burton.
Making dream bees.
Yep.
I like their name.
I wish that thing would pick up a little better to show. But
Ooh, Minnesota Mike's making coffee creamed honey.
coffee cream honey? We can't really get its color too much.
Coffee flavored creamed honey.
It's just a little, it's like in between light and dark. I guess it's a good medium looking color. Is what
I thought
Rusty's
it looked
is
pretty
here.
dark at first, but then when I held it up to some of the real dark honey we have, you can tell it's not near as dark as a lot of them, but it's good.
Yes, sir.
It's really good.
Rusty, we got you in there too, Captain. Best of luck to you on whoever gets bragging rights this year again. Or again.
Have a collapse up here.
Yeah, hopefully Jasper don't come flying through here.
Yeah, he's down for the count right now.
What else to have on this? All right, before we get down to subject, did Wilkinson come in here yet? You seen Ken Wilkinson?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
Well, Bud, we don't know if you're watching or not right now, but if you catch it later, Chris Wilkinson, we know you're saying your birthday's coming up this Thursday. Buddy, we wish you a happy birthday and pray it's a good one.
We do. Hope you have a really good day if we don't see you in somebody's chat before then.
That's it. And I think
Friday was good. Or yesterday.
Ed had a birthday sometime this weekend.
I think it was Friday was Ed's birthday. So happy birthday, Ed.
Happy birthday, yes. All right. We got on to the youth.
Lee came in.
Talk about our problems throughout the week.
Yeah, Darren, our pastor, who is not a diabetic, is going to be the judge this year.
But we may have a surprise visit from Mr. Donnie if he's feeling well. He's still, his days are kind of up and down dealing with his cancer treatments that he goes through.
Yeah.
So it's just, we'll kind of feel him out whenever we get a little bit closer. But we was talking to Mr. Donnie the other day, and he said, "Is it already ready time?" We said, "Yes, sir."
Already.
And I said, "You know what? I know if you're up for it, there's several of you that would like to say hello to you, Mr. Donnie. So if it works out, Mr. Donnie may drop by for a minute and say hello to everybody. And
Hopefully.
we'll carry on with the tasting after all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my subject at hand.
You made it through all your notes.
Yeah.
You want to put the link?
Or you can put the link in something. Maybe that. Here, let me do it. Here. Let me get this link put in. Any of y'all want to come in and yak for a minute? Or, especially whenever I get perhaps the subject going. I'm pretty interested to see the response of some of this. But put you some coffee on. We'll get the subject in there.
James?
All right, you got it pinned in there. Good deal.
Yes.
All right, subject at hand. What is your drive in beekeeping? What is it about, I guess, being into beekeeping where you do you do this as just like I've got wrote down here to help nature? Are you doing it to try to create a small business? Well, hey, Jasper, don't turn your back to everybody. There you go. Or Ronnie said, I want banana pudding first. I don't know if he's carrying on with Jasper or just saying about before we get into the subject. Rodney said he wants banana pudding first. You may. I don't know. Yeah, it's gone, Rodney. I'm sorry. But I got my belly full on it earlier. Like I said, we sent some to her daddy, and kids come by. Her sister brought the youngins over this morning. They got them a little bit of nanner pudding first thing in the morning. But oh yes, sir, it goes quick around here now. But like I said, what is your drive and motivation in beekeeping? And I'll say for me, then
become self-employed and self-sufficient. Checking in there.
like for us, it turned into being therapy. We've mentioned
Absolutely.
in a whole lot of ways, and I guess that's more of the kickstart as far as the drive. Then the actual drive is to absolutely see where we can possibly take this one day. But how many folks in here? I know Pastor Larry, Miss Jan, and Miss Leona will fall into this, but picked up beekeeping because granddaddy done it, or you learn from your mama and daddy.
Generational.
Yeah, the generational portion of it. I know, like I said, we've talked with Pastor Larry and them, and
Rodney said developing patience.
that's a good way. Yeah, because you better learn them real quick. If not, they're going to get tested, that's for sure.
That's cool. Larry Will said, I love to see things grow. I enjoy watching the bees working in harmony until the robins. Yeah, just a little bit late.
Oh, you know what? Before we get too far, we did not do the prayer list.
Oh, yeah.
Let us do that real quick before we get too deep into this.
And boot the dog.
Get down, Jeff. Come on, get the tail down. Thanks, sir. But my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to. Just Well, $2 is $2. You want me? I'll wait for you. She'll be right back, y'all. Let her read off on the prayer list. But meanwhile, if there's anybody we need to add to, take away from on the prayer list, let us know. Or if you just got an unspoken along those lines, and we'll get you jotted down in here. Once again, it's been a blessing hearing about, Mr. Mark Miller, Keith Larimore, Deb, and talking with Tracy Chapman the other week about what he had been going through. But
Okay, Mr. Mark Miller, Ed and his wife and his whole family, especially him and his wife. The Dirt Rooster's dad, Mr. Pat, Miss Deb, Grammy Lisa. There's her son and 2 granddaughters and an unspoken request. Bob and his family and his new venture with this new job. Hopefully that'll work out well for him. Tom's wife and his mother-in-law. And he put in the chat earlier that she fell again and they were moving her to a nursing home tomorrow. So y'all be praying for all of them and that. And then Tom is having his knee replacement surgery this week too. Mr. Donnie, Mike Tangway and his family, DC's parents, David Hoskins' little granddaughter Emma, baby Luca, and the family that lost their little one. Deanna Wheeler, that's Philip's mentee's best friend, and her son Reed. But then Tim, I thought he was gonna tell y'all about it last week, but Philip sent us an update, and I thought this was really, really cool on Miss Wheeler's part. But she started a little business, and I think he said it's a nonprofit, but it's a cleaning business, like to help veterans that just need help around their house and stuff. But I thought the name was awesome. But she named it Suds of Sanity, or SOS cleaning business. So definitely pray for her getting that started. It sounds like she's really trying to do a good thing with that. Let's see, and then his mentee, Rachel Wilson, she's been on here for a little bit because she's had some pretty severe issues from the way he talks, but he said she specifically needs prayer for an approval for a referral to get her into a neurosurgeon for debilitating neck pain. So y'all please be praying for that lady. Just nobody, especially no veteran, should have to go through what they had to go through. But all right, let's see. That's Rachel, and then her sister Amanda, and her niece Riley, and then Philip's mama and her family, his friend BJ and his wife, the Jennifer Brown family, Bobby's Bees and his family, Minnesota Mike and his brother Dave, Aaron Frederick, Mr. Larry and Miss Sherry Gandy, and Mr. Larry's mama, Keith Larimore, Hillbilly Earl, the Paris family, Sandy's young family member, Bruce with his bees granddaughter Unsong, Steve Amos's brother and mother-in-law, Spanky, Israel and all the war victims, Jags Farm's wife, Sean Balterse's wife, Mr. Ron, Blaine's bee yard owner, PJ Hanley, Stafford Mike, Shaboo, Ricky Rourke, 29 Homestead. I hate Bill. I didn't even hear the thing go off. Mine and Tim's family. Let's see, Grammy Lisa's friend Lime, Catherine's son and his family, Sarah's Happy Hives and her family, the Leonard family, Randy's mother-in-law, Cece's Texas Garden, Miss Vivian, and y'all, that's Hillbilly Earl's mama. Who's it? Jane, Miss Wood, Philip's mother-in-law's sister. And then Miss Leona and Terry Chapman, and last but not least, all the government officials in this country.
Absolutely. Well, what you know good there, Philip?
What's
Oh, not
happening?
much. I didn't mean to come in before the prayer list was read. I got a call, and when I came back, I thought you'd already done it. So I posted the link, but that's all right.
I got it.
He jumped the gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he? Okay.
What?
I'm gonna go back. Now we get into subject. What is your drive?
Yeah, I
Now,
like that. I really like that subject, by the way. That's a good one.
going through, already, y'all.
Some really awesome answers.
Yes. Let me get myself pinpointed back where I was. All right, Jack and Danae saying to become self-employed and self-sufficient, something to leave the kids when we die.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Mike said, praise God, mess with bees, spend time with great beekeeper friends, and sell honey. Keith Larimore said, I love to see things grow. I enjoy watching the bees working in harmony until the robin starts. Yes, sir. Let's see, Russell Koopman, maybe I keep bees to keep myself busy after retiring. Minnesota Mike again, helping vets, the hives for heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Roy, the man says, I'm 58 and started 5 years ago, and this hobby keeps me sane from all the corporate BS I deal with now.
Amen.
I want to retire early and do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney is developing patience. Miss Kimberly Smith said, I started in 2016 to save the bees, and I just fell in love with working with them.
Mm-hmm.
2 of my sons are following my footsteps after helping.
That's awesome.
Ed, I think it's for small business, but it has proven to be bee therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And to see God's creatures do their work.
And it's fascinating.
Rodney Middleton again said, I was just so curious about them and I always wanted to understand them. Keith Spillman, Half Tracks, great retirement job for an old maintenance guy like me. Get to use my brain, hands, and back.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, on that back. Yes, sir. Joey Rawls, you're correct. $2 is $2 these days. It depends on when you counted it. Darren, the Pennsylvania beekeeper, definitely therapy for the mind and the opportunity to create a product and watch the customer enjoy something created by myself and my bees. It's all very gratifying. Money is an added bonus. James Noel, keep me moving, just sitting around and leave something behind to remember me for.
That's it, Joey. Bottom line, it's my happy place. Super simple explanation, but that says it all. It's my happy place.
Honeystone Farm, Flip, started with homesteading and became an obsession. So they was out into another world and just kind of moseyed on into the beekeeping.
But I mean,
portion.
homesteading and beekeeping go hand in hand really
Yeah.
well. Oh yeah, Philip, been hearing you get a special guest tomorrow.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna reveal it, but he just revealed it, so that's cool.
Oh.
Brian did.
I was
too.
like, oh, he put it in the
I
chat, but he said it out loud.
No, I didn't. I don't. He didn't ask me not to. I was just gonna let him tell if he wanted to. I'll probably be rolling tape when he drives up. Go ahead and fair warning on that.
Yeah.
And we got
But yeah,
DC comment here real
looking
quick.
forward to it.
God gave me bees and told me I was a beekeeper. Turns out he was right. Then he got me sharing
Him with the world.
via bees on YouTube. Absolutely. Yes, sir. So apparently many folks it's just kind of turned into a passion that you never fooled with in life before. But now you're trying to incorporate that into something I can leave for the kids or, the grandkids and allow them to enjoy the.
Gosh, Blair. He said it'll definitely give you a place to unwind after the guy at the flea market charges you for parking after all these years of parking being free.
Ain't that true? Yes, sir. I'm glad I've got people on my side.
Man.
Well, what you say?
Hello.
Thank you.
Hey, Spanky.
Hey,
Hey, Spanky.
what y'all into?
Oh, this is it. Yeah. Waiting for it to derail. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
See that there?
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption tonight. He said, isn't it a bit of an addiction for all of us?
Yeah, for sure it is.
I'll agree to that.
I told DC that. DC was bemoaning how much money it costs to be in beekeeping. I said, you got to sell some of those drugs to buy more, DC. That's what drives me to want to be successful, is so I have money to buy more stuff.
All right, buttons.
Hey, Keith. Yeah, I think all those points that everybody talked about, I probably are reasons that I stayed in it, but I think I just got into it just out of general interest. Just thought it was a really cool thing to do, and when I got into it, it was way cooler than I expected it to be. So
Yeah, I never expected to become this attached to them.
Oh my gosh, when I first picked up that book, Beekeeping for Dummies, and I was like, what? Every little thing they said, I was just like, wow. Why were people? It was like people had been keeping this from me for 50 years. And then I got into the YouTube thing, which that first swim through YouTube was a little dangerous as a first year beekeeper, because I wanted to try everything that everybody else was doing. So, and I went down a lot of roads that were probably not healthy for me or the bees.
I'm gonna kind of borrow off what you just said right there. Whenever you first got into it, I know we're guilty of it as well. And like Philip saying, he's guilty of it. But your first year or two, you're trying everything for the most part. I'm going to split this bunch down, and I'm going to get my equipment out here and raise queens. And real quick, I'll speak for myself on this one, but real quick, once you started figuring out, all right, I got to make sure I have enough bees for my splits. If I'm going to do any kind of queen raising, especially far as just using your cells that you got in the colonies there, you got to figure out if they going to come back, the whole shooting match, and it doesn't all quite just fall into your lap. Because you would hope it would, I reckon.
Then they said when Jack said, let's get bees, I was thinking, dude done lost his mind.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just enjoy things.
Yeah, He was kind of right.
Uh-huh.
In
Yeah,
a good
you
way.
gotta lose it a little bit.
What is it, Spanky?
Oh, I said I just enjoyed bees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other thing that sort of amazed me was you're sort of, I think it's like this is a little bit like Alcoholics Anonymous. You get into it, you realize that, hey, there's a lot of people that have this problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So you,
I
There's a
I'm
won't,
lot
not
of, there's a lot of support out there.
I won't be eating no hot peppers tonight.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's like ranting for you to eat one, Spanky.
take a bite. Take a bite. Is it?
It- Yeah, I'm sorry, Jane. And you know what? It did go dark, and that's a shame because my award-winning swarm catch is right behind me here, the one I beat Joey Rawls with.
Oh no. And we can't see it.
Doggone it.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's Blaine.
Yeah, there's that Texican Blaine with no E. Good to
I
see
was
you,
just gonna
Kevin.
let that one go.
Well,
so,
do you want to give him the look you gave me whenever I read his comment to you about
What did he say?
that pudding ain't gonna make itself?
Oh yeah. I would not recommend trying to get a pudding out of a woman that way. I love you, Blaine, but I wouldn't recommend.
I about fell out of my chair when I seen your comment on that, Blaine. I showed it to her. She looked at me, and that's pretty well what she told me.
I wouldn't try that if I was you. I really wouldn't try that around here if I was you.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, it was funny.
Tim said he'd eat a super hot, so I was showing him some super hots he could try.
Y'all, I want to see me just be like what Mr. Mike Conley says. You're gonna have to pick me up off the floor.
Well, you
Go.
don't have to take a big bite out of it. You just cut a little tiny piece out of it.
Oh, that's all you need. That tells me right there I'm in store for something coming on here.
Well, I mean, I don't know how hot you eat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You could have a tasting party.
A tasting for
I'll call Mr. Donnie first. And Mr. Donnie, this feller sent me this here pepper.
yeah. Just for you to try,
Just for
Mr.
you to try. Because you like that spicy stuff.
But this is a dragon's breath. That's what this one is. It looks similar to the purple reaper that ripens red, but this is a dragon's breath. And then this here is a sepia serpent.
That there just looks dangerous.
And then this is a black ghost.
Even worse. With the name Black Ghost. Yeah, you know
You're
something didn't go
scaring him,
down.
Spanky.
I put one of these on pizza and ate it. It was
He won't
good.
even eat banana pepper
Well, he
on a
said he was
pizza.
game.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. No problem. I'll try that bad boy. But I'm
I'm glad this is recorded.
gonna need a loaf of bread,
A
a
gallon of
gallon of milk.
I'll tell you what I eat to help with it. I eat peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Some oily peanut butter. The oil and the peanut butter helps with the pepper.
Okay.
So, how long? Give me a timeline, roughly
What do you mean?
speaking.
Well,
That
that
way,
depends on if you swallow it or you just touch it to your tongue.
I'll choke it down. I'll probably
You don't
regret
have
it.
to. You don't have to choke it down. If it's too hot for you, it's too hot for you. I mean,
Oh, trust me, I'll spit it out.
there ain't nothing wrong with admitting that something's too hot for you. You know.
It'll end up that conversation we had a while ago about the good Lord waking you up.
Shut up. Don't go there. Oh,
Uh,
wow.
But yeah, you could get you a whole bunch of people together and video them all trying it.
Line them up, yeah.
I know one I'd love to try it out on.
You could have a
Yeah.
competition who's the most Cajun.
Who's the most Cajun? Oh, there will be a video when he tries, Mr. Marty.
Now,
Oh, there will be a video when he tries.
I had an
But
uncle. Go ahead, Spank.
I'll send you one or a couple.
Like, send that bad boy on. I'll try a little piece. Y'all get your laugh
Please
out
send
of it.
it, Spanky.
Oh,
I
Hannah's
didn't
talking
know.
Please
about please
send it
do.
on.
No.
I didn't know if any of them spoke to you when you saw them. You know, if one of them said, "Oh, I'm not as bad, pick me."
Mm.
Yeah. Hey Tim, what do you mean? You were talking about eating them. Now you're talking about a little piece. Come on now. You got to step
Well,
up a little better.
what's Spanky talking about? Well, just try a little piece.
Yeah, just try a little
I'll try.
piece.
Just try a half of one
I'll,
on
I'll try.
camera.
We'll see.
You can just take and cut a little tiny piece out of it and try it.
Mhm.
And don't touch it with your skin.
Use a
Don't rub my
toothpick.
eyes either.
You know, just cut it out and pop the knife in it and try it.
Yeah. And put on some goggles too when you do it, Tim.
It makes you a little suspect when the man says, "Don't touch it, but put it on a toothpick."
Well, what happens if you touch jalapenos? If
Well,
you put them up and touch them?
you get the oil and everything off of it. If you rub your eyes or something along those lines,
Yep.
you in a bind.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll be videoing you putting peanut butter on your hands.
Rubbing myself down, lathering down with some Jif or something. But now, like I said, I had a uncle, one of my daddy's brothers. They said it didn't matter what kind of pepper you threw at him, that he'd eat them hot peppers all day long and wasn't even so much as turn a eyebrow to it kind of thing. But I didn't get that part of the genetic pool, I guess, on my daddy's side of the
You
family.
gotta build your tolerance up. You gotta work at it.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah, you gotta work at it. Well, baby steps are you jump the ladder like Philip's telling you and you eat the hottest thing around.
Yeah.
That'll jump you up a few rungs.
If you're gonna go all the way, huh?
Yeah. Don't mess around. Just go ahead and
But it'll
get it over with.
kick you worse than if you worked your way up to it.
Are we doing this on a live or just doing a video?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Hannah done took off with the phone. I'm trying to see your comments. Imagine everybody probably gonna do it live.
Blaine's talking about some kid wanting to try his hot honey. His dad gave it to him and he tried it and cried as they walked off. That sounds about right.
Darren, let me see. An uncle of mine, he died in '92. So I don't know when they started these next generation showing up hot peppers.
Well, they tried to claim that this one was hotter than the Reaper, but I don't think they ever actually got those results verified. So, but I enjoy the plants and the peppers. I smoke them down, turn them to powder.
And did like use it for seasoning around the house?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
never did.
And like the hot honey, you put some of that hot honey on something, and as you cook it, it loses the heat. Yep, that's the truth. You know, some of that honey, people eat it and they go, "Oh, it's too hot." You cook it long enough. It's not like you put anything on the food.
So the longer you
There,
cook it, it's gonna draw it down some.
and that's a dragon's breath. But yeah, I've even, I mean, I've because my honey, I take and strain it because I don't want all that junk in it when I'm done with it. I want it to flow like honey. So after I'm done infusing it, I run it through the same size strainer as I do whenever I get it out of the extractor. Because I don't want it crunchy or chunky. I want honey.
Mm-hmm. How long you letting yours sit? 'Cause somebody was asking the other. I think one of the last Sundays.
I let mine sit for years.
Okay.
My hottest one sat for I think 3 years. Yeah, I'll let it age like fine wine.
You should throw one pepper in there just for effect.
I don't. They don't need it. They don't
Like
need it.
it's like the worm in the bottom of the bottle of tequila. People.
The color of the honey tells it all. It stains the bottle.
Well, you use fresh ones, right, Spanky?
I don't.
Oh, I use dry peppers too. I got a whipped honey coming to Tim in my box. That you stick your finger in the top, your butthole starts to burn.
Well, I took my hottest one. I tried to cream it, and the hot
Sorry
honey,
about that, folks.
the hot honey separated from the seed. It wasn't cream.
James also sent him the dragon's breath.
Well, it depends. I leave it cream. When I do the peppers, I leave it when I cream it. I'll cream the honey first, and then I put the peppers into it. That some peppers into it, plus the hot honey itself, and then I let it sit, and I just whip it every few days. You know, to make sure it can whip through there, and it seems to be pretty good. It doesn't separate.
Well, see, I took mine after it was done. Did about half and half seed honey and hot honey, and whipped it up and put it in the refrigerator. And it sat in there for months. And then I poured it out, put it on the shelf, and it never crystallized. The hot honey sat on top of the seed honey, and I stirred it up. It separated on its own.
I never had that problem. But I also use the like KitchenAid when I do it too with a hook. I don't know if that's difference or what, but
now,
Are
you talking about Minnesota Mike or Mike's Hot Honey in the store? Because I bought a little bottle of that Mike's Hot Honey in the store, and that stuff's a disgrace to Mike's name. They need to take that out of there. It's horrible. It made me sick.
Like you said, that's just crazy.
And not because it was hot. It just didn't taste good. It just didn't taste good to me.
I think Carl's trying to poke the bear with that one there.
Well, yeah, but then his next comment said, I get yelled at by my wife because she says it's too hot and there's something wrong with both of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man said, even my 7-year-old would do that. What's wrong with you?
But all my hot honeys, they're not just heat. I add other flavors to them. So my last one I did, it was oranges, pineapple, lime, grapefruit, and then the peppers. And it's all listed on the bottle. So that way, if you're tolerant on the heat side, you can get some of the other flavors. And I've done like blueberry and raspberry, and then the peppers, and I've done all different kinds of different flavors.
That actually sounds pretty good. I never thought about mixing fruit with the pepper. I had no idea they did that.
Keep the pineapple out of it.
Because anybody that has some tolerance past that heat, they can actually taste the pepper. So Reapers are really sweet. You can get past the heat.
Do like a mango habanero or something like that. It's good. I like that flavor.
I'm a big researcher. Thank you. When we get done, if you don't mind, you ain't got to do it this evening. Send me the name of those peppers that you're sending. That way I can research.
That picture I sent you, that picture I sent your phone has it on it.
Okay. Uh-huh.
They're
I was
all
gonna say,
super hot.
Spanky, don't tell him. He gonna take it out when he sees them YouTube videos, people eating that stuff.
Oh, they're all super hot. You want to
See?
be inspired. Watch somebody like Johnny Schofield or somebody like him. He eats like 7 super hots like it's nothing.
Oh,
He must rub his mouth with Novocaine, something along those lines for doing that kind of stuff.
Hey,
He
Spank,
gives tasting notes on the pepper, what it tastes like.
Spanky, send some of your hot honey in for the honey contest.
Well, I don't know about the contest.
stop the preacher.
I don't know about the contest.
I'll probably lose.
I thought about sending you some in just so you'd have it try.
Well, I mean, Bubba, that's up to you, but we'd be happy to try it, especially like we did with Carl and all that. Cook out one evening where you pull everything off the grill.
Blaine
Lather that
said,
baby
"Don't
up.
label it as hot honey."
That's
My
right.
hot honey is all labeled.
It's smoky.
I have smoky honey. I have applewood smoked, hickory smoked. You can add it to whatever you're making and it tastes like you smoked
I
it.
ain't saying that out loud. That's oh my god,
Well,
Yeah,
it's derailed, yeah.
I haven't grown the chocolate primatale. I was going to get some seed for it, but now a lot of people are raving over that pepper called the warthog. I'm going to try to get some seed for that to grow.
It's just
uh,
But
Carl, it's kind of funny. I'm not going to go all the way where I was, yeah, a while ago, but
please.
I was telling Hannah earlier, like eating something spicy or something along those lines, that I'm very grateful that the good Lord put this reaction into our bodies as while we're sleeping, and you have that sudden wake up of, oh no, I got to
Welcome to
go.
my world, y'all. This is where his brain's at constantly.
So I was going through and telling her how grateful I was for the good Lord instilling that into our bodies and brains, and this is where that may fall into that category. I had no idea we was going to go into blister. But
so
we're going to try.
Oh my
I
god.
can't guarantee it, but some of my peppers, like this one here, I can shake it and you can hear the liquid in it hit the top of the pepper. So I can't guarantee if you'll get one that bad. I got a short of me taking seeds out of a purple reaper, and you can actually see the liquid in it float a pepper seed on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I call them nature's gushers.
Does it pull the
Nature's
porcelain?
gush.
That's one of nature's many gushers.
Oh god.
So good it pulls the ceramic off the plate.
Todd said that's also called where the rubber meets the road.
Hey, DC thinks we're weird, but eating spicy stuff has an addiction effect to you, where your receptors that think that you're on fire reset. They give you that endorphin rush, so it is addictive.
You serious?
I can just probably go on and bake things the next morning. Ain't gonna be just right. So
Yeah, that's the
At least
that's the
half the
payoff.
day the next day. For at least half the day, brother.
do it on a Friday night.
I'm gonna let you do all
Yeah, what times are you not working?
yeah.
We try not to work the weekend, so it'll have to be before I
Friday night.
I think DC's trying to say it's not the ceramic. He's worried about the porcelain.
Yeah.
So I'd
Is
have to
it
kind
gonna
of
hold
figure it
up?
out, get there on the weekend.
Oh my gosh. Darren said how many bathrooms you
Good night,
Tim
Deb.
gonna be Tim's gonna be locked up in one, right?
Oh, that's what y'all talking about.
Hey, Deb, it was good to see you in here tonight.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
hope you keep feeling better, girl.
Oh, well, maybe 2025 will be a hot honey category too, I guess.
Kitchen it's on fire.
Mr. Mike said you need to put your butt in the water to keep from catching the woods on fire.
Mm.
Oh my
Well,
word.
Oh, that's
you know
funny.
that they claim if you consume something hot enough, it don't just come out hot on the back end; it comes out hot on the front end too.
Hmm.
Fire hose.
I
That's
never
just a
heard
bad
that.
day. That's a bad day. Mm.
We
That's
need to
true.
derail again and try to get on a little less disgusting track here.
Well, I was just
Andrew,
fixing to tell anybody new, you're welcome to our show.
Yeah. God love you. This is
Hannah,
not a good one to try us out on
Hannah's like, okay, let's talk about bee pests now.
something.
But
I'll
yeah,
take the Beatles now.
get you a bunch of people together, and that'll be willing to try one.
Joey said after eating all that stuff, you need to hang out in the creek. Blaine, don't jinx us like that. This does not need to turn into the typical Sunday chat.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
like I told him, he can just cut him out a little tiny piece and try it.
And just don't go too close to that dry brush either.
Seriously.
Stay away from the
It
sunlight.
was tongue.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm going to be making some phone calls. Don't you worry about that. 'Cause I'm going to call Brother Larry from church. That's the Louisiana Cajun. He's a Quibido.
Oh, really? All right.
And if anybody knows, it's going to be him too. Well, yeah, son, let me tell you about this here.
I just stay away from open flames. Yeah, and there's a couple people that just come in. They're probably scratching their heads. What did I walk into?
We're
Yeah,
on the subject of hot honey and hot behinds this evening, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been on a lot of these lives with Spanky, and this is the most I've heard him talk. And now we've got our butts in the creek.
Well, that was,
I think Spanky's passionate about
that's what makes
Right.
me more suspect.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
We figured it out. That's cool.
Talk about up the creek without a paddle, right?
it.
Spanky sitting down doing test and analysis on this kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I found me a dummy down there in Mobile, Alabama. It's gonna try it.
I'm fixing to set you on fire. Oh,
no, you never know. You might like it.
If it's anything, I guess the only thing I can keep going off of, as far as the only hot honey we tried was, like I said, what Carl from 2B Brats they sent last year. And
That's even sadder, Danae. She said if they're regulars, they're not wondering what's going on.
well,
Yeah. If you've never cut open a super hot, they have a very unique smell to them.
Oh my gosh.
Once you've smelled it, if you ever smell it again, you'll know what it is.
it'll probably be one of them. I'm never going back to that. Once you try it one time.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Carl put in his. I think I tried looking whenever, may have been Matt from Morris Homestead or somebody was asking in one of the chats a week or two back. And I was trying to find maybe if they had on their label what type of pepper they used. But I guess I started out when I first tried it, a blob about big enough to cover the tip of your finger real good. And pretty well off the bat, you knew there was a little kick to it. I'll just say that.
I'm laughing at the chat. They still rolling on this. Joey's talking about putting toilet paper in the fridge. Janae talking about using frozen wash racks. Lord, help us all here. Oh, there you go. Get back on track. Lairmore's got a good question.
Okay, let's put it.
That's right.
You might can get Mike to send you some of his hot honey. Then you can have a collection going.
Mmm.
Set it on back.
Just what he needs.
But yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and get off of here. Y'all got my number. We can talk later on.
Holler at it. Thank you, Will.
So Keith Larimore asked the question of whether keeping bees might help you with your mentally if you have tendency toward dementia.
I absolutely believe it would.
It definitely gets your mind occupied.
Maybe some with audio only.
Well, I think with the brain teasers he's talking about, the brain teasers, that's because you're actually physically having to use your brain to think how to work different puzzles and stuff. It just because your brain has a way of developing different pathways to solve issues, solve problems and issues. I don't know if the bees would have that, but I know they have a calming effect. Also, they do have not just calming; they can excite you as well too sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if there's been any actual studies on it or anything, but I mean, you'd have to put up a good bit to convince me it wouldn't help at all.
Well, I wouldn't say it wouldn't help at all. I mean, it's that comparing brain teasers to digging through a hive, I don't know if you'd really compare the two. Other than taking the hive apart and putting it back together, it's like a puzzle,
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you're trying to keep your eyes open to pick stuff out.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like training your eyes and your brain to pick up on, okay, there's a good patch of eggs right there that I can, kind of pick up on, or
the little recognition effect or whatever.
Yeah, why is this little old larva here got a little discoloration to it, or oh wow, everybody's nice and pearly white, looking beautiful, looking for the queen. Those kind of things definitely training your mind and help you to pick up on those smaller details. That I guess normally, definitely. I mean, if you never got into beekeeping, if it's your first go at it, year or two, then that's the things you need to, I would say, start to pick up on first, recognizing what's in the hive. You got a good brood pattern and going back to, all right, if I turn the frame a good certain way in the sun, I can see down in those cells that they're polished up nice and pretty. We got a few minute old eggs laid in there. And that way, once you get in, you can just kind of, I guess, scan across, but your mind will be picking up on something. Yeah. That way, if you do recognize something, your eyes or your mind to take you back to that real quick and go, well, hold on, they're building cups down here on the bottom, or they're starting to build a cup in the center of the frame. I need to start.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it, Russ. He said it makes you work on trying to solve problems that the bees have. Darren
guess
said
it
it
is.
would fall under the same category of learning judo or painting, puzzles, math, or anything that occupies the brain. That makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, look, let me say this. Anybody wanting to pop into this chat, you're going to have to show your face. I'm not trying to be ugly, but I'm not just going to open up the door and we not see who you are.
Well, I'm giving you a break tonight. I'm sitting in the dark.
Well, yeah, Philip's giving us all a break. We know who this guy is.
No.
Well, I'm scaring y'all,
One
so
part
you
got
know,
disconnected.
I'm getting
So
ready for October.
Yeah.
another thing on bees is just, you know, when you get into it and you're like, okay, I got this figured out. They let you know you really don't have it figured out.
You don't know nothing at that point.
Right. You're in. You're like, yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's like it's like when I did that little cutout and I told them just as plain as day. There's no brood. There's no eggs. There's nothing in here. This they were going to die out anyway. They're queenless. And I got home, stuck them in a box, and next thing you know, they've got eggs and brood and everything.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was wrong about that, but I'm glad I was.
Now, Blaine, you going to hurt his feelings.
yeah.
That's right,
Well,
Blaine.
I've got a
With
face
his
for radio, and I claim that.
It's like I tell them, Blaine, I'm good for more than just to look at.
Yeah.
We can listen to him.
We can listen to. Oh, man.
And the rest of the story.
Mm.
Some of y'all know.
Oh, good
Oh,
old
yeah.
Paul Harvey.
Yes, sir.
He said he got
Yeah.
disconnected.
Who?
Blaine.
Blaine? Uh-oh.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but when I watch Blaine's videos, I'm like, he sounds like that. That wasn't what he sounded like in my mind when I was on the chats with him.
Yeah.
I've got that deep voice.
It's Todd. I'm trying to steer the conversation somewhere else.
Yeah. He pulled it back up. Philip,
Come on,
he
Todd.
ate my peppers.
Philip's in the outhouse in the country up there.
Yeah.
We're like all going. That's what guys do. They all go back to the 8th grade.
No, you ain't telling me nothing. I don't know.
We've got a cattle bell there to warn everybody.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Where's all the women at tonight?
They gone after this
I
conversation.
think Danae's the only one sticking it out with me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm 59. I still love gastrointestinal jokes, all right?
Why does that not surprise me?
Why does that not surprise you?
I don't know.
I can't say nothing between me and Jasper. We give her fits around here with the
My God.
personal.
Lord have mercy knows. Y'all do.
I'll get blamed for something he done.
I
No,
know that
I
feeling.
own that one.
Got one of the cats walk by and I get blamed for it, you know?
Yeah,
Nate, that's so true.
yeah, Kimberly, I have. It's really good too. I really like it. The one I had.
Oh, the bourbon barrel, honey.
Yeah, the one I had.
What's he do?
Yeah, I got to find me a good barrel to buy so I can do that.
Oh, okay. Sarah and Danae didn't leave me. And Kimberly's still here. Y'all got to speak up, girls.
And women probably just going, oh, good
Yeah,
grief.
there you go. We need a roll. We need a roll call. We need a female roll call.
I need some help.
I can hear it in the hen house now. They don't
See,
ever get out of all that
We got
childish.
Sarah, Kimberly, Danae.
And Danae. I think that's all of us tonight. I hadn't seen Lisa or Happy Sarah.
Miss Jan and Miss Leona probably
Definitely.
shaking
Oh,
their
Miss
head.
Leona's here. Get him, Miss Leona. Pull that switch out.
There you go.
Oh man. But Philip had Kimberly said if you made the bourbon barrel honey,
No, I haven't made it. I have not made it. I
just
tasted
eat
it.
it.
Who was it?
Tom and Melissa
Yeah.
make it, don't they?
I think they
I
made
think-
it. Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure they did.
Castle High's Brian's
Yeah,
made
yeah.
some.
Brian, I was getting ready to say Brian from Castle Hives made, so
Yeah, Kimberly, reach out to VIA Honeybee or who'd you say at Flower Street, Brian?
Yeah, no, not
No.
Flower Street.
Castle High.
Castle Hives.
Yeah.
Castle Hives.
Hey, Kim, I think the thing that Brian was talking about, you need to make sure that you wax the seams because it can start to leak out of some of those old bourbon barrels. So you don't want to pour your honey in there. You don't know for sure it doesn't leak. You might want to put water in it and see.
Then you're gonna have a problem
Look at there.
water in your honey.
Look at there. All those Texas people, we know what to do there.
Yeah, let me tell y'all how to fix this real quick. Get you some wax, heat gun, propane torch, keep the heat back.
Look at me and Philip. Us Texans are in sync.
That's right. He's actually sitting right here next to me. I just can't see him.
Ah, that's why you got the lights turned off.
Oh, so it's the double seated outhouse. Okay. I had to go back to the other joke. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's called pilot and co-pilot, Ed.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna walk away from all of y'all.
It's a team effort. You got to get us through this. We're
When
going
we
to
were
get through this together.
Yeah.
when we were at Philmont's a scout ranch, and they have the lollies all out. They call them the red roofs, and you had it depending on how the positioning was, but you had some back to back. They call that pilot to bombardier, and the side by side was pilot co-pilot.
Blaine's had to pay too many people for broken cameras. No, Todd, I done lost control. Like, this is completely off the rail.
Well, I mean, in a way,
I can only do so much by myself.
it's not anything she's not used to because I'll just have a subject matter in my head, something along those lines, or listen to me for a second.
36 hours. That's all he's going to talk about.
Speaking
Thank God for earbuds.
Speaking of leaky barrels, huh, Hannah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the banana pudding. I forgot about this with the banana pudding. I ain't no hollaback girl. Yeah, whatever it is. Ain't no
What
hollaback
the
girl.
song is about? You don't need to be singing that song. You don't need to sing that song.
Well, I'm just trying to make better conversation.
It's not about banana pudding. It's really not about banana pudding.
Well,
Oh my gosh. I know, Todd. It's kind of like NASCAR. Everybody just watches for the blast at the end.
yeah, waiting for the big wreck.
And this hasn't gotten derailed. The rails are gone.
They
Yeah.
just disappeared completely.
Yeah, this is what happens when you leave for a week, Hannah. It's going to take you a little while to get things back in order.
I'm with Todd. Let's talk about ants.
He wants to talk about the A's.
He wants to talk about the A's. It ain't the M's, so we'll compromise, Todd. What you got?
Well, let
So
me tell you
Larimore is asking if has a question there, and it's an easy one for me to
He's
answer.
got a real question.
I do
Somebody
make a
take it and run with it.
I don't. I wouldn't call it a polish, though. I do make a wood conditioner or a wood sealer with. It's just, and it's real simple. It's 1 part beeswax and 6 parts food grade mineral oil, and it makes a real nice consistency to seal your wood. But that,
Keith,
yeah.
go ahead, Bill.
No, go ahead. That's all I had.
Uh, I was nosing around in the Beekeeper's Bible, and there was 2 or 3 recipes, if you will, of how to make a wood treatment or what was it, like a lacquer or something else. You could. There are 2 different things you can make on wood treatments and protect it and all that good stuff. If you say you're doing furniture or something along those lines, you want to seal it up and protect it. But I don't know if y'all have that book at the house, or it'd be a good little read for us if you're looking for
Somebody
different things to do.
was talking about a polish with wax and orange oil.
No, that's always good. Yeah, that wasn't me.
Hang on,
That's
Larry Moore. She gonna grab that Beekeeper's Bible real quick. We'll see what it's got in there. It's got the prettiest beekeeping hands I've ever seen. Blaine says, I believe I can settle for second.
Yeah, I gave a couple of these tinctures out a while ago, and I started asking them people what they thought of it. And they said, "Oh my God, that helps your throat in no time flat."
What was in it?
Spraying it, just the alcohol and the natural tincture, the propolis.
Okay.
It opened up their lungs. They could breathe. They said their throat wasn't tight anymore.
Hey, it's getting that time of the year now.
Which alcohol did you use, Ed?
I used Bacardi 151.
Okay. I've been meaning to try that, but I just hadn't ever done it.
The hardest part, though, of it is filtering it, making sure. Like I had to filter it like 3 times to finally get it cleared out.
Yeah. So how much of each did you put in there?
I think it was 4-to-1 ratio. It's 4 parts alcohol to 1 part propolis.
Okay.
That's what we Blaine.
Only use a pint, like a pint jar. I still got a little bit left in there.
Is that by weight or was that by volume?
I did it by volume.
Okay. I saw one guy from England that did it, and I think he poured alcohol in it until it was like twice the height of the propolis. I think that's what he used.
That'd be 3 to 1.
It would be at least 2 to 1. Well, I mean, I guess it displaces. So it'd definitely still be more alcohol than propolis, because it would fill in the voids of the propolis, whatever that would be.
It took about a month for it to break down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shaking it up every few days.
Yeah, that's what he was like, turning the bottle every day, flipping it over the jar.
Oh, I was actually shaking it. I bruised it.
So Larimore, you're talking about like that's a throat. My mom used to do that. She would use bourbon, lemon juice, and honey, and it would soothe your throat and get rid of your cough.
Keith Larimore, real quick, brother, in this Beekeeping Bible book, there's a beeswax furniture polish recipe.
Yeah, I'm looking for the green.
Yeah,
And
Furniture filler.
yeah, most of the furniture polishes has some linseed oil in it usually, doesn't it?
All right, they got a wax varnish that has a pint of linseed oil in it.
the sealing wax.
That's got cooking oil. Lord.
Uh-oh. Somebody got to kick Mark out of the chat.
Oh, he talked about the M's.
Get him
Family.
out.
You gonna go in timeout, Mr. McDowell? I don't see one with what you call it, orange oil though. But they got a recipe to make beeswax crayons.
Very good. We need to send that to our government officials up there.
I was wondering if it was like the old school Play-Doh you could make and eat it, but no, it's got soap in it.
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't know that I want to do that.
But
I don't see any with any other oil.
Yeah, I use the food grade mineral oil because you can put it on your cutting boards. You know, if you use linseed oil, you wouldn't want to put that on your cutting board. Get your
Yeah,
food.
DC, I don't think any of us know what we're talking about anymore.
Shucks.
He said, I don't even know what we're talking about.
we're working our way there to somewhere.
Well, look, Mark
So that's
McDowell,
what
if you're brand new, I'm sorry, you won't go in timeout, but
We got to pass.
you get past this.
so
But
James
no,
James
it was good.
James put the formula for the propolis tincture in there too. 30% roughly of. So that's 1/3, less than 1/3.
You can go
1 to 3.
right there.
Yeah, three
Oh,
to
wow.
1 mixed ratio.
Oh, Mark, we can't. We
Yeah,
can't.
Mark,
We
we'll
can't
get
go
back
back.
on these in a few
You're gonna
minutes.
you're gonna have to look at the rerun. And you'll understand.
Yeah, you're. Oh man,
We don't stay on topic very well.
no.
Yeah, I do have email, Blaine. And if you go on my website, my email's on my website.
He said 2 minutes. I'll get my questions ready. Get us back on track there. You texting me?
I text people.
No worries, Mark. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped on you like that. I didn't realize you were brand new. I'm really sorry for that. But no, we just get tired of talking about mice.
That's all I've heard for the last 2 weeks.
I
A lot
know.
of shows and videos. I'm tired of it.
I know, Todd. I mean, what do you expect here, though? He said, I don't think we've talked about bees for more than 5 minutes tonight. We could learn how to make beeswax crayons.
Well, I used an insect fogger today to spray something, but I forgot what it was I was trying to fog.
I'm glad you forgot about that.
He was trying to stop robbing.
Yeah, that's right.
This man ain't never gonna come back in our chat again. What did I stumble upon here?
Well,
At least he didn't come in with Danae introducing herself as a bee addict. Oh man. That's right, Larimore. He said M's are like COVID. Everybody's tired of them.
I ain't trying. Well, yeah,
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Philip Blaine can't find your email.
On my website? Really? I'll have to- Maybe it's not on.
Might have to count.
All right. I know my phone number's on there. If you just shoot me a text, Blaine, I'll reply back to you.
Put that in the chat for everybody.
I don't know how to. I
Phone
don't
number,
care.
address, and email.
I don't
Let's
care.
go.
I don't care. It's all over my labeling and stuff anyway. So
Larimore said, "Go ahead, Tim. Let's hear it."
it is. It is what it is.
Well, back in my day,
Darren said
Yeah.
it's well. It's a really fun chat, though. We never know where it's going.
we don't either. I quit the whole let's try to get a subject and all that because usually it ends up right where we're at tonight.
Darren said, "Welcome to the club."
Well, Tim, you've been on mine whenever I have one. I never start with a subject because I don't know where I'm going to end up. You know.
No,
Even when we try to plan something out, it ain't gonna happen. These chats have a mind of their own.
hey, but we always
It's
we
fun.
have a good laugh though.
We have some laughs, don't we, Tess?
That's the fellow. We're into the fellowship portion right now. We get into the beekeeping in about 3 minutes.
Yeah. As soon as you hit the end button,
Yeah.
then your brain will go to beekeeping. Jazz.
Um,
Oh, here we go. Somebody's getting us back on track. I enjoyed the nature. Then I found it could be profitable.
who's that? 3
Brian
minutes?
C.
Okay. Let me get back up here. All right, Mr. Brian C. I got into beekeeping because I enjoy nature. Then I found it could be profitable. Now I hope to be able to take a day off each week and have beekeeping paid for it.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well, I know what his profession is, so it won't take much money to pay for a day of what we do.
Read his follow-up. He said I also did it so I could watch beekeeping chats about hot peppers and After Effects.
So Brian C, you need to make about about $25 to pay for a day of what we do.
I use no punctuation in that. Oh, me. That's our plan for tomorrow, Danae. Because we literally walked around the yard planning this operation out today.
Oh, we done recon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish I'd have the video of him doing recon.
I got me an 8-foot ladder, leaned up on a tree. There's 2 trees oaks grown together like this, and they're perfect.
2 pounds of it, Danae.
Oh, you got a video of that.
Oh, we going to, Captain. Yes, sir.
Man,
Hey,
yeah.
boy, crikey. There they are. Almost you get behind them and stick some tannerite in their nest. See what happens. See how happy they will be.
Oh, my Lord.
Y'all going away?
He's already got me nervous about this.
Well, I got my, all right, with the recon on the tannerite and the yellow jackets tomorrow. I got me an 8-foot ladder leaned up on the tree. I got me a perfect sight through between both of those trees. I'm about,
Justice for Jasper.
that's exactly what it is. Justice for Stella and Jasper. And I got me a good shooting lane down through there. I got to cut a couple little, there's a couple bigger old pokeweed that I let go.
Flip said we need a whiteboard presentation.
We're gonna make it interesting as I can. I already told my pa-in-law this morning, walked over, talked to him.
Be interesting.
I said, look, I said, if you just happen to hear some explosions next door tomorrow, don't worry. It's all under control. And we got it. And he just looked at me. He said, what are you blowing up? I said, well, we're gonna take care of some yellow jackets. And he was like, okay. After that, so we got him taken care of. And now like I said, we got done. We came home earlier, did the recon on how we're going to set it up. I got some Lexan to cover the cameras.
Joey said y'all hit the like button anyway.
Thank you. Get us out there.
Did you guys see the Mike's comment?
This chat needs a warning label.
It does.
I came in here figuring I was gonna get smart from all the bee wisdom. My IQ's dropped 3 points.
So Tim, I've got to find this. It was a comedian, and I got to find it and send it to you. But basically, he said that the thing that's wrong with kids these days is we've gone through a couple of generations where kids weren't allowed to hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
He said when I was in school, I had a chemistry teacher, and he said, "You know what you ought to do, kid?" And he's like, "What?" He said, "You ought to take some dry ice, put it in a mason jar, put some water on it, put a lid on real tight, and shake it up." He said, "Well, what'll happen?" He said, "It's gonna blow up, kid." He goes, "Yeah, I got to try that." So he goes home and he goes, "Well, wait a minute." He said, "Where do I get the dry ice?" He goes, "You get it from the ice cream man." So he goes home and he asks his mom. He's like, "Mom, I need a mason jar with a lid." She's like, "Why you want that? Why you want that?" He said, "Because I'm gonna take some dry ice and I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna pour some water on it. I'm gonna shake it up." She said, "What's it gonna do?" He said, "It's gonna blow up." She goes, "Oh, here's your mason jar."
Mason jar.
Then he hears the ice cream truck coming along, down the street. He runs out there. "You want some ice cream, kid?" "No, I want some dry ice." He goes, "Why? What you gonna do with it, kid?" "I'm gonna put it in this here mason jar and I'm gonna put some water on it. I'm gonna shake it up." "What's gonna happen then, kid?" "It's gonna blow up. Here's your dry ice, kid."
Uh-huh.
And it's doing.
That's the way it used to be,
Well,
Yeah.
Kid, you're gonna be dumb. Let them learn the hard way, right?
I've thought this through on so many ways, especially if I have.
People were way more supportive back then.
And I,
Supported.
well, we got the support here tonight.
Blames it all in the name of science.
That's exactly what it is. This is a science experiment. And we know pretty well how it's going to go. We're taking safety precautions. I don't advise doing anything that I do. Period.
Heavens no. Y'all please.
But
Still Mike Berry's line. This is not a how-to video. By any stretch of the imagination.
I'm hoping there shouldn't be any issue because we ain't got no neighbors around here to go, "Oh, he's out there,
Mm-hmm.
doing what he's doing."
Jethro Bodine and
Yeah.
stuff.
So, but if it came down to that, and if I had somebody coming up in one of them vehicles that has them blue flashy lights, I'm just going to throw it back off on them because a lot of ways they did teach me. And it was they invited me to come. It was a 3-letter agency. It starts with an F and ends with an I. All right. They invited me one year to come down to an old dirt pit. And they said, "Look, we need you and a couple others with a fire truck because we're going to be blowing cars up and all this kind of good stuff."
Mm-hmm.
So I said yes, but everything I'm doing is legal. I'm not doing anything that they showed or taught me on that particular day of what you can or can't do. And one of them did involve a mason jar and some liquid, but I'm not going to get it and disclose any of that because I don't want officials coming knocking on my door talking about Mr. Blake.
You best not even come home if that happens.
I mean, if they come to the home, I'll be here.
Just be happy.
Just be back. Oh, God.
Just remind them of that time you helped them out, Tim. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm telling. I volunteered my time to come help y'all,
That's
and now
right.
here you are bothering me about what y'all
Tim,
showed me.
Tim, the one-time bomber, right?
Blaine said if it helps, they probably won't knock on the door.
Good point.
Well,
You ain't gonna have a door left when they come through.
We're gonna knock it down, not on it.
you got a wall?
Yeah. You from the back?
That's what I think. Say, you from the bank?
Oh gosh, Danae, I hope you don't.
We shouldn't have no trouble unless they just drive by at that very moment. What the world was that?
Oh my gosh.
But either way, getting into that, we're getting everything set up, and we're going for it. I'm anxious to see how well it performs, and it actually it was pretty cheap to get this stuff.
Danae said, I have faith that he's country enough to do it.
Well, I do. I've never doubted that he's going to do it.
Well,
That's what it
even
means.
I don't even know if we told y'all this, but even when we was leaving the,
Todd is making a valiant effort to get this back on Honeybee.
we're getting there.
Oh, Blaine. Why would you even put that in there?
There you go. Now we're talking.
Men have to blow
So good
things
thing
up.
we don't have an extra refrigerator.
I got a dishwasher.
Todd, we make it by volume and we're feeding now.
Well, here let's answer Todd's question. Todd, the answer is yes.
Yep. Wait, that doesn't answer. Yeah, we do use pollen patties, but we put the peppermint in there to keep the beetle larvae out. And we use telescoping lids. The other ones warp.
We got a migratory that we don't like. Yeah.
Not very much. It warps really bad.
We put it out by itself. We don't need that trash around.
All right. I'm going to have to get off. I got to get off here because I'm down to 8% battery, and I want to have enough that I can listen to this nonsense. I don't want to miss that.
Keep the nonsense rolling, y'all.
Put that tannerite on that old lid and get rid of it too, while you get rid of those yellow jackets.
Yeah,
don't stop on my account because I still want to listen. Good night, y'all.
We actually made a video of how we light our smoker. He's gonna save it as an intro. We've used it as an intro to like 3 videos now.
Oh, that was just lighting it. But
that's what he said.
Oh.
How do you guys light your smoker?
With a propane torch.
Pine straw.
Yeah,
we have an abundance of pine straw down here that burns really well.
Yeah. Hay burns up too quick.
Way too quick.
Leaf litter is just too noisy.
Pine shavings didn't work well.
No. Pine straw, you crush that down and it'll last longer.
Perfect for down here.
A torch, DC. There goes using a torch. There we go. That man knows that sound. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, but we're hoping we won't have to feed too much this fall. Praying this rain coming in the end of this week will open that goldenrod up for us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Danae, them cow patties. I've heard that works really good.
Burning cow patty? Well, here we are talking about crap again.
Yeah, I would recommend the pine straw over the cow patties. It's got to smell better.
I'm just derailed in my brain.
It's gone.
It'll be back.
Todd said, got it. Propane torch and tannerite.
There you go. Yeah.
That's how you light your smoker.
Yeah, mister. But I wouldn't recommend doing that with a smoker you any kind of partial to.
You need to have a professional around if you do that. There's your disclaimer.
And they said, yeah, we got an abundance of patties instead of pine straw. Oh, well, hi, Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry again?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what'd you say, Mr. Larry?
He said he started adding smoker pellets to his pine straw, and it works really good.
Russell Lehman's using a big torch. That's what I'm talking about. He's hooked up to the big propane
Blaine
tank.
has played with Tanner out before.
Blaine has?
Mm-hmm.
I
He
don't
said
know.
it won't even burn. It's meant to be set off by a bullet.
Oh, I got some. Don't y'all worry on that. She keeps telling you gonna use. I thought you was gonna use the shotgun. No. We're gonna use.
I thought I was gonna get to use the shotgun. That's what I really thought. But he's gonna shoot it with 22.
We'll do that with the refrigerator.
Yeah, Joey, I'm with Danae. You should be good.
We'll
Does it
refill that.
say?
Oh yeah.
Sure thing.
Use a lighter to look down in there.
Yeah. Eliminate the inside real good.
Ooh, I will say, if we just derailing off track, there was an old junkyard around here.
There it went, Todd.
It's gone, and that thing caught on fire. And these people that had cars literally up to the pavement on both sides of the road with their junkyard. Well, the county, they got tired of all the crap, and they hauled some of the cars off on the side of the road. Well, a day or two later, mysteriously, this place catches on fire. And so we all going down there, fire trucks and all this good stuff. And I grab me a hose and I take off. I got my air packet and all this on, and I'm going to attack this one portion. And I start hitting that stuff, and all of a sudden, probably about 10 feet in front of me, go boom. Then right behind that, another one, boom. There wasn't enough time really for me to fall back. But them clowns had stuck propane tanks down in them old cars. And whenever they lit them cars off, well, guess what? They didn't tell us that they had stuck propane tanks in them cars. And it worked out just in time for us whenever we got in there and started putting them out. It was about like Tanner. But with no bees in there.
Mr. Larry said, please be careful and don't say, hey, y'all, watch this.
I'm going to tell her, hold my teeth.
I like Jack and Danae's comment.
She just put that in there, like saying, hold my beer and watch this, huh?
There we go.
Definitely not beer on this hill, though.
Hold my teeth. In my glass mason jar. Oh, Lord, the text message.
Oh, my God. I don't know if you should say that out loud on this thing.
This is our new little girl here.
Oh,
She found us.
that's how we got all of ours.
She's a monster. Oh my God, she's a monster. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
She took off on me.
She gone. Yeah, that's like she said, that's how we got everybody then. Well, when we do the honey tasting this, I had to go back and look the exact date, but the honey tasting will be 1 year. We got old
No, the 500 sub, what, Jess?
Casper.
That was the 500 sub giveaway.
Was it 500? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was during the honey tasting whenever he showed up.
I remember you asking, do you guys want a dog?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to go, no, we're going to find it. I think we're going to find it a home and this and that. And DC saying, no, it's going to be a little blessing to you. Something's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, we found her behind Or she did that night.
DC said that's how Hannah got Tim. He was a stray.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's us, Joey. Every animal we have is a stray that adopted us.
Every one of them now.
Hmm.
Yep. We even had a chicken cross the road to get over here with our chickens.
You're over your time limit buttons.
Look, I ain't got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm out of
So
coffee
we'll get fix you one more.
again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am gonna bail tonight. I'm gonna bail, guys. I do got to work tomorrow. I didn't realize we got that far off.
Me neither. It's flown by. I've been having.
Mike, I wish I could figure out how to do that. But no, he's still
So-
not house trained.
So good night, y'all.
All right, well, take care. House and train myself.
He said, but Hannah, have you litter box trained?
So now she lets me outside.
Yeah. Or I run him outside. Yep. They starting to drop off. Everybody go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's Monday. Back to the real world.
I don't know. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. And do that little bit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord willing, we'll have the video out maybe sometime tomorrow evening or Tuesday.
Joey said, I've never been adopted by a chicken.
Honest to goodness
I
truth.
don't think
True
many
story.
people have, Joey.
No, we figured out why the chicken crossed the road. We finally got that out the way after probably 150 years, folks trying to figure that out. That thing sat for about a week. Whenever we would leave out from work, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We call him Big Feet. This chick, he's a big old rooster.
It's pretty close, ain't it, DC?
But he stare at us every morning. I guess somebody dumped him off because across the road from us, it ain't nothing but a 40-acre wood line. And finally, one day we come home and that joker was over here in the yard with our chickens. We said, well,
Yep.
you found a friend. So we've had dogs, cats, coons, possums, chickens, flying squirrels. Whatever else I can drag up here.
Mm.
It's been an adoption haul, I guess.
It has. Never a dull moment. I'm with DC. This is more resembling the Twilight Zone than reality anymore on this channel.
We done gone.
Wait, what did Todd say earlier? It was pretty funny. Something about we way off the rails and we way off the road and way past the ditch tonight. I thought that was fun.
Well, Denise, she's waiting patiently.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Todd give us up to go do laundry. That's more fun.
Well, DC, the possum was brought onto the porch. One of the dogs.
It was brought to me.
I guess the mama had dropped. And them old possums, I don't know if you know anything about them, but them old possums, them babies will hook on to the back of that mama and hold on. And I guess this one had fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our dogs went out there and picked it up and actually brought it up here and dumped it off on the porch.
I thought she threw a dead rat on my feet at 5 o'clock in the morning in the dark on the porch. And I reached down to pick up its little tail and throw it off, and it was a little baby possum that was still alive. So we named it George, and it stayed for a long time.
Hey, but you talking, who was that Minnesota Mike talking about potty training me? Litter box.
Yeah, Mike.
Now, believe it or not, she had that possum trained to a litter box.
Mm-hmm. I got tired of cleaning up the shavings every day in its little habitat we made it. So I litter box trained it. It's a whole lot easier to keep clean.
That joker sure enough went to a litter box. Blew my mind. I'd have never thought a possum would learn how to use a litter box, but that joker sure would.
He did. He was sweet. He was definitely one of my favorite little pets I've ever had.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
I had him over a year. A little over a year. Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, 'cause that joker, it was a big old thing when he died.
Yeah. It broke my heart when he passed on. Now, would I go to the pet store and pick out a possum? Absolutely not. But when it's dumped in my lap, I didn't have the heart to just throw it out. It wouldn't have, it was so little, he would have never made it on his own.
No, I ain't no telling how many critters we've rehabbed around here and cut them back loose.
Yeah, no, there's been several that I have turned loose, but I don't know, he was special. He stuck around. He got to be a little too spoiled. I don't think he would have made it on his own, even as an adult. It was fun though.
What?
So, well, it's almost 9:30. Buttons.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I get the hint.
Everybody's leaving us.
Yeah, folks can mosey in on out. But
Yeah.
James, I don't know if he's still in here, but we'll be trying to. You got his email, James Noel?
I took a
screenshot.
picture of it, yeah.
All right, brother, we'll try to email you probably in the morning. See how that goes if he's still in here.
If that's what you want to call it. He said it's been real and it's been fun. But the question is, has it been real fun?
I've had a blast.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I did miss y'all last week.
All right, y'all. Yeah, everybody, y'all.
Everybody heading out.
Get you some rest. And God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yeah. Hope y'all have a good week.
Make some banana pudding. Y'all take care.